I'm trying to adjust in my chair.
Oh,
Shit.
do that again.
Shut up, Meredith.
Can you belch on cue? Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. This is actually just RAGIN. Of course, we're live because we can hear the notifications on Nita's phone.
I'm trying.
It is Saturday, July 10th, 2021, and we are actually just RAGIN. Hold on a second. We've got an intro here somewhere. As soon as I find it. There you go. You ready?
Do it.
All right.
RAGIN.
All right, you guys. So I don't know how long I'm going to be here because I've got thunderstorms in the area and I've got two 70-pound-ish dogs sitting under my desk. One is snuggled up against my feet because I'm her whoopee.
Fuck.
You hear that?
Oh shit, I'm having internet problems myself.
So, like, if I disappear because I lost internet and power and stuff, and Nita will probably have the same issue, right?
Of course.
Hey, Rich. Thank you for tuning in. So, yeah, wherever it is that you guys are tuning in from, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. We are simulcasting through RAGIN AVC, Geek Insider, Comics and More New Jersey, as well as Indie Vault, and we appreciate everybody who's tuning in. Again, throw some love. If you go to the different channels like Indie Vault, RAGIN, and Geek Insider, you're going to see featured channels. Make sure you go across the bottom there and hit the subscribe button. I know that I've got a channel there, Arrow 4.0, Arrow Comics, I should say, 4.0, as well as the Indie Princess. She's got a channel that she's building up because tonight she's got backer shots, and that is not an Indie Vault show because of their sponsors. So we just want to make sure that we give her some love and attention. Nita is a co-host for Backer Shots. I don't know who your guests are tonight.
I know JT Malloy, I think Danny Quick, and there's somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's 3 people tonight, so we'll have 3 separate campaigns running. I'll post those out in a little bit. And
yeah, and for every backer, the ladies take a shot. So I think as long as I have power, I'll probably be there, and I may take a generous sip. I don't do shots; it hurts too much the next day. I'm not going to do it. And so we'll see who the guests are, and hopefully sell some books. That would be pretty cool.
Right.
So yeah, I've got thunderstorms in the area. Nita, your postal carrier is an asshole.
Oh, fucking right. You mean that origami folding bitch?
Yeah. You've got a package specifically on the bottom. Don't dox yourself.
I'm not.
Oh, good. Look at you.
I'm not Canadian, Meredith.
Scribbled it out.
I said that.
You said that. Says specifically, do not bend.
Look at this shit, y'all. Look at this shit.
What in the hell? I would take pictures. I would go to the postmaster.
We're in the process of getting a P.O. box.
Yeah, okay.
Because she does this with Gemini mailers.
Yeah.
Like, I shit you not.
You said the one time
forcefully you have to bend a fucking piece of cardboard to bend a Gemini mailer.
And you said the one time she fisted it into your mailbox and the box itself was damaged because you were trying to get it out. Like, right. What the hell?
Worse, trying to get it out of the mailbox. And it had original art in it. It was a package from Daphne Lage, which thank God, Daphne and JD packaged the
Package.
fuck out of their shit. They are
Yeah.
really good.
Between the cardboard box and the bubble wrap and everything
it
else
was
that
okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this looks like it's going to be okay.
Okay, good. So this is from Doris Faye Jones.
It is a sweet little thank you note inside.
Oh, I love it. You know, and that's that personal touch is something that I think is really important. Because we've gotten away from postcards and writing letters, like stick a stamp on it and send it off to a friend. And I love that. And I don't think a lot of people comprehend how much they miss it until they get one and it feels special. So we appreciate you, Doris, for doing that, for putting the special touch. And even when people put in a special note, it's not.
It is not damaged.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay.
Because that is original art.
It is, and that's
something.
I was worried.
Mm-hmm.
I got tulips too. There it is.
Yeah. Oh, pretty. I love tulips. They're on the top 5 of my favorite flowers list.
They're my number 2.
Are they?
My number 2.
I've got carnations, tulips. I love pansies, hydrangea, and what was the other one? Was it daffodils?
Mine's daffodils, tulips, orchids.
Daffodils and daisies kind of like right in there too. So maybe 6. But yeah.
Nice.
All right, that's awesome.
It is.
Rich, you are more than welcome to share in the Little Bastard Promos group. You are more than welcome to share here if you've got a link and stuff like that. The only thing is just like the reason why I don't share links directly through StreamYard to YouTube is I've done it 2 times and I was zapped for it.
Right.
Like YouTube immediately stopped the stream. So I'm very careful because they will get you for spam. Mm-hmm. And even though it's a different link and stuff like that, if you do a whole bunch, they will get you. And that's happened to me twice when I was doing, well, I think it was a Geek Speak show through Geek Insider. So yeah. So okay, so you've got a package there. I wanted to No, send it here. I can't send it for you. You can definitely drop your links, and even if you go back and drop them in comments and stuff like that, so that they're there, because a lot of times people, when they watch the replay, they don't always see the live chat comments. So definitely drop it in. When we're done, come back and drop your links. It's all good. Trust me. That's what we want to do. We want to help promote other people. And so when you do it, it's okay. When I do multiples, go ahead. Drop it in here. Because I can flash it up on the screen too if I really wanted to. Unfortunately, it's just not clickable, unless they're there in the room with you.
Right.
So yeah, so Little Bastard Promos. Somebody messaged me earlier today, Robert Jashonek, and he is a writer of prose. And he asked me, he's like, is it okay if I post my link there? And I was like, yes.
That's what it's for.
Little Bastard Promos is open to everybody if you are an independent creator. So it doesn't matter if you are a writer of prose, if you are into comic books, if all you do is art, if
music,
we do not care. Makers, it doesn't really matter. Indie creator, drop your links in there. We have those evergreen posts in the announcements tab where you can declare yourself. If you are an artist, drop in your artist link. If make sure that it's evergreen though. Okay, not the crowdfunds. We do everyday crowdfund posts where we have one thread that you can put your links in there, and it's easy for us to go in there, grab the links, and put it on other social media. So, I mean, it's kind of a cheat for us, but it's a way for you guys to network and see who else is out there. So we are getting new people. I mean, it's
And
growing slowly.
it's not really a cheat. It just keeps his people fresh in our minds. So before I go and do my Twitter horror shit, I'll go over there and I'll freaking look
Yeah.
and be like, oh, well, okay, okay, I
Yep.
got you, and I'll
And
pull
there
them
have
up.
been a couple of new to me campaigns that I've seen
Right,
recently. So that's
right.
really cool. So make sure that you share that out with your friends also, because it is open. It is not limited to comic books. I know I've been scripting for comic books this past year, but I have writer friends, I have artist friends who that's their lane, and I don't want them to be excluded. So that is really, it's open to anybody who's out there hustling, who's doing the work, who's trying to sell and make a living. So it's a great networking tool. And I know I'm not the only one who's got friends in multiple genres and multiple areas. So yeah, share it out. Invite your friends. I highly recommend that you do, because again, when they see a thread that they can participate in and they're dropping links and stuff like that, we'll see it and we can share it out on Twitter.
Right.
Because I mean, honestly, our impressions are pretty impressive. Between what Nita's doing with RAGIN promos, and then I've got my own, as well as Geek Insiders and a couple of other channels. I mean, the impressions across the board with what the two of us are doing is pretty impressive. So yeah, so the group is growing. And if you're only looking at our Facebook presence, then you might be like, "Who are these ladies?"
You might be missing out, especially because I've totally stopped using Facebook. As I mean, I occasionally throw a thing here and there.
Well, it's good because that's where everybody gathers, right? Everybody gathers there, and that's where they're comfortable. And it's like, oh, Facebook, and it's just like, okay, well, if you want a broader audience, let's go elsewhere. All right. I mean, let's keep Facebook. It's okay to have a presence there, but let's go elsewhere and see where your next audience is. Because, that's a problem that a lot of people have, I think, is that they get comfy with selling to their comfy circle, that inner circle. All right. So like when you're first starting out, it might be like, hey, mom and dad, buy my book,
Right.
So you get your first sale, and it's like, and it feels good to make that first sale, but it's like, it's family. All right. And so after mom and dad might be like kicking your brother or sister, or maybe, in my case, I told my kids, I'm like, hey, I need to move the dial. Like, throw me $1 on my campaign. Right. The little fuckers only threw $1 and they're like, nah, we don't want your book. It was like, okay, well, at least it moved the dial. Right? I got a background.
Right.
Right. What I mean is, like, you want the audience beyond them. Right. So you have your family, you have your close friends. And then after that is maybe your broader acquaintances, right? People who are like, you're on the fringe of their consciousness, and you're like, hey, and they're like, oh, I like your stuff. Okay. So you want their friends. Right. Now, where are their friends hanging out? It might not be Facebook. It might be somewhere else. So, I mean, just like, the problem is, too, so many creators are so busy creating that they don't have time to do the social media well, and that's kind of like where we're coming in. And we're
died.
You just what?
I need to learn to stay in tab. I'm sorry, Meredith.
What did you find? I want to know.
You'll know. You'll know when we get off here. Oh, you will know. You'll totally know.
I can't wait. Now I want to be like Squirrel. What is it? What is it?
Later, people. From my dudes.
No. Not yet. We're almost done.
No, I need to summon my inner Randy Zimmerman today.
Okay.
Because some folks out there need to get an education. So if you head over to my Facebook page, I have clearly defined 2 words. Sabotage,
yes,
and expose. There is a huge difference between those 2 words, so y'all need to go learn them, the words in clear definition, and I just wanted everybody to be in the know.
In the know.
In the know.
I saw what you did there. I heard what you did there.
Learn them the words.
Joe D. McPhee from the desk of a small press publisher says, tell me about it. I suck at social media at times. Yeah. Content creators, for the most part, are busy creating content.
Right.
And so when they're like, why isn't my book selling and stuff like that? It's like, because you probably don't have an online presence. You probably don't know how to use keywords and hashtags effectively and all of those things. It's another learning curve. I mean, I didn't come out of the gate knowing what I know. If you look at my Twitter account, my Twitter is like 10 years old. And I just barely hit 5,000 people. Okay. Because I didn't start focusing on it until about maybe 2.5 years ago, where it's like, okay, let me grow this bastard. It's been a while. Right. And so now it is because I'm like, okay, I have, not that I really have time for it, but I need to put in time to do it. And so that's so my focus has been there. And I always tell people, you can sign up for every damn social media platform that's out there. I highly recommend that you do. The only reason why you want to do that is to lock in your username. Okay. I see too many creators out there who are trying to build a brand, but they've got Shmoo on one as a username, and they've got Bubba on another username. And it's like, wait a minute, how are people going to find you?
Linktree.
Keep it simple.
Stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss theory. Okay. So if you look for me, most of the time it is Mere J99, MERE J99. Been using it since 1999. That's why that's the username. And so again, like Nita did a Google search on me when we first started hanging out, and she found all my shit.
It wasn't when we first started hanging out. I wish if I'd have done it when we first started hanging out, I wouldn't be here today. I'd have been like,
like, who is this woman? She's been around for like decades. But that's what I mean. It's like, sign up for everything, log in your username, don't lose the passwords, okay? Because you might eventually go to it. But create a profile, create a backlink to the thing you're trying to grow, and then focus on where your audience is. You want your main focus where your audience is, where they are active and engaged. And then later on, you can go to those places and play a little bit. It's like, oh, let me get a couple followers here. You don't want to spend too much time there, but have a pulse, have a profile, put up your picture, put up your link, because all of those backlinks lead to one place, and that is you, if you're doing it right. So,
hey, how many seconds do I have before copyright? 10?
Yeah, something like that.
Here you go, Jody. Hold up. All right.
Oh, we got angry music going on right now, huh? I see what you did there too. All right. Yeah, so that is the tip of the day. And part of the reason why I'm doing that is Nita doesn't know this, but I am volunteering her to do some extra recording in the background so we can talk about stuff like this. Why? Because we have a Patreon page now. Yes, we do. Look at that. Look at those eyes. Aren't they beautiful? She's got beautiful eyes. Mm-hmm. But these will not be, these recordings are going to be exclusive to Patreon. So what we are doing over there is we're going to have some marketing tips. We are going to have some features where you can get featured on the show for a certain tier. And I'm also going to be updating the website to have different services. So we are actually very service oriented as far as what we're building. And it's coming to a point where now we feel kind of confident with our numbers and our outreach that we can do that. One thing that I can tell you, and you can mark this, is that I would never charge anybody to be on a show.
No.
I would never charge you to be on on RAGIN, or try and get you introduced to somebody else who has a show. Because, I mean, frankly, there are so many podcasts out there that you turn around, you're going to bump into a podcast or a live streamer.
Yeah, I find it
So,
ridiculous that people are
so
being
I
charged for
would never
bookings.
ever do that. Service oriented means the time it takes for me to open up my friggin' Photoshop, create cards or create
Video.
videos, and then adding that, whether it is one of the tiers on our Patreon is that if you do not have a website but you want a web presence that isn't Linktree, which I think is a valuable tool as well. We're going to have a spot for you on our website that you can direct traffic to. And for really cheap, you can go to Namecheap and get a redirect link so that it goes to that page. So that is a service where you're going to have a landing spot on rageandavc.com. And that, I think that's a valuable tool for people who don't have the time to build a website, because I used to think that everybody needed one. And in a way, I still do, because I think everybody should have a little home on the web. But
not
they don't have
necessarily
time.
an entire site to have to
Right.
maintain.
You don't need
Right.
an entire site. You need a landing spot. So that is something that we are offering. And, with the server costs, just the price of putting up a website. Thankfully, I know how to build it, so I don't have to pay anybody. I do it for myself. But it's the same thing with comic books. It's like, you have some people who are writers and artists, so they don't need that extra cost, right? Well, that's what I do with websites. Like, thankfully I know how to build them, so I don't have to pay somebody to do decent ones. So yeah, I mean, head over to our Patreon site and take a look around at the different tiers. I am open to suggestions too. I think our price points are actually on the lower end, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I'm not out to take advantage of anybody. As far as what you guys need, because we're all hustling to make a buck, sell our books and our services and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But actually, just RAGIN is going to keep on going. RAGIN with our interviews are going to keep on going. We've got Arrow Comics 4.0 right now at Indie Volt, as we're the social media managers. That takes a lot more time to literally say we are the social media managers because we literally take over the social media. So as far as clients and stuff like that, I don't know. Nita and I really haven't talked about it, but I don't know that we are going to take on too many more.
I am not open
social,
to it this time.
Yeah, but what we can do is share out your stuff, which is why we have Little Bastard promos, which is why we're building out the RAGIN AVC website.
And I was thinking of a way to incorporate that into the Patreon too, not sharing it in general because we do that anyway, but say like we guarantee you this amount of times, this many days within the 30 days of your month subscription.
Yeah. Within your month subscription. So if you know that you've got a campaign going or something like that, and you want guaranteed your post is going to be out there hitting those numbers, the impressions,
a set amount each.
Yeah. And have that so that you're like literally on a calendar and in a rotation, rather than we're just going to pick and choose whatever we want this
Which
day.
is what I do the majority of the time anyway, is the pick and choose thing. Whereas if they were on the Patreon, we'd have a list and we'd go that's priority, and then the others come in behind, because I'm not going to just stop randomly promoting, because I've discovered a lot of amazing people that way.
I know. I love the new to me people. It's like, because they're not in my Facebook circle. What? How does that work? Yeah, that by opening up your eyes and seeing what else is out there, and because we've been curating, I've found a lot of new to me stuff. So, Patreon would be nice to not only help offset the cost of some of our challenges, because that costs money too, but but to buy books. Yeah. I've got a problem now. I love indie books, and I love talking to the people who are in the industry. So,
is that here? Was that thunder?
you guys get thunder? Did it move over to you? Because it's just about over here. I told you it could take 5. It's still raining, but yeah, I think the thunderstorm is over. I've got 70-pound dogs underneath my desk.
Hey, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Let's bail.
Yeah.
We love you guys. If
All
you're
right.
just tuning in, go back and watch the video because you need to get yourself an education and be in the know. And Meredith, I have something to show you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, but before we go, we need to make sure we give Indie Volt a little bit of love. For a 10% discount on your Gemini mailers, use coupon code VOLT10 at GeminiComicSupply.com. And that is, again, for a 10% discount on your Gemini mailers. Save some money. Use the code. Save your products too. And
show JD some love.
Oh, we're going to show JD some love because we have a closing party for him on Monday at 10 a.m. Guess what I have to do? I have to set the alarm clock. That sucks. But I love JD. I will do it for him. I promise. Okay, here we go. JD's closing party, Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Make sure that you hit the notifications bell so you know when we go live. Here we go. And we've got Little Bastard promos. We were talking about that earlier. Head over to Facebook. Look for Little Bastard promos. It is a public group, again, open to all indie creators. Don't be a jerk and spam. We've got plenty of posts that you can interact with, but we definitely want you to do some shameless self-promotion. Head over there. Tell your friends about it. Let's grow that group because it helps us find you. It helps the rest of you discover new to you people. Let me see. Unearthed is a very good idea for you guys to take a chunk of your time and watch this. It was a really good discussion, but it was almost 4 hours long. So very long, but important. All right. Important to know who you are, associating with, who you are working with. I think that's very important. And because
the warning signs along the way.
I'm feeling a little bit grinchy. Plays.org is a fun place. So if you have a little bit of time where you want to just do some mindless games and things like that, go over there and check it out. A lot of stuff like original solitaire games. You have things like Pog and things like that. Yeah. No, I don't spend a lot of time there, Nita. Don't give me those eyes.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. I really don't. If I was playing games, honestly, it would be on my phone. It would be Candy Crush and Candy Crush, I think is... Mm-hmm. I don't play it anymore. I swear. I don't. I miss Tetris, though. Oh, so anyway, so I was showing you, like, again, if you go to the Patreon and you check out the different tiers, you're going to see the difference between like the static card, which is this, where we can do an overlay and we talk about it, or we can do the video like we did for JD Calderon. And should I play TARDIS and give Christian some love?
Go ahead. Why not? All
right. Because we're almost out of here anyway. All right. Here we go. And this is what I mean, like by the bumps and stuff like that. And as our network grows, there is value in it because your eyes are going to be on it.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Yeah. So give some love to Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. He's got a podcast. He's got a YouTube channel that he's trying to grow. In fact, they did a premiere of a Halloween special. So go over there, give it some love, subscribe. And again, wherever it is that you're tuning in from, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications bell if you want to know when we go live, because sometimes we don't know. That's it.
We don't know.
We've got work to do.
Yeah, let's do it. Bye.
All right. I guess, Nita.
Throw my dudes.
We're out of here, you guys.